Chennai. From Chennai.
What is the degree you are doing now?
MTech integrated courses, specialization in business analytics.
Can you explain what is business analytics? In what way is it relevant for banking?
Sir, business analytics is a field of analytics where we analyze the trend and behavior of the customers. And based on the pattern that we see, we analyze and create decisions based on the output that we get. And for bank, it is useful because based on the financial requirements and financial practices of the customers, we can create a pattern. And based on that, we can provide them with possible services of the bank. Like if they are really looking forward for a house loan and if they are having a financial, financial planning, based on that, we can provide them with good mutual fund benefits or good loan benefits, etc.
Good. What is your daddy?
Sir, my dad works in intelligence, sir.
Oh, good. It comes under which ministry?
Sir, it's a statutory body in Hyderabad, sir. It is not the like the not the main intelligence office. It's for the Naxals and Maoists of Chhattisgarh.
What is Naxalism?
Sir, Naxalism or Maoism can be described as an extreme act, an extreme radical act, wherein if the requirements of the people are not have not been met, these extreme groups take up arms and fight against the government to establish their own power in the area.
Good. What are 5 P's of marketing?
Sir, 5 P's of marketing are product, placement, pricing, people, and I'm not able to recollect the fifth one.
Can anyone add
Please.
what are the points? 5 P's. Can anyone online? Piyush, can you remember? 5 P's of marketing.
The price, product, promotion, people, place.
Product, price, place, promotion, and people. Good, good, good.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Mr. Srinivas,
Yes, sir.
can you talk on what is the product Federal Bank is giving the customers?
Sir, currently there are a lot of digital services that the federal bank is providing to their customers. One, the recent launch has been the feature called Smile Pay, wherein the customers, without having to carry any physical devices, they can make payments with the merchants for up to 5,000 rupees per transaction. And they also have insurances and loan schemes, wherein there is the for if there are people who are interested in taking house loans, they're providing over 30-year tenure and very competitive interest rates and a very minimal paperwork. And there are also pension schemes like NPS Vatsalya, wherein people can start depositing money, which can be used for their for the future of their children. And they also have a special Vidya scheme, wherein the people can deposit and take loans for their children up to 5 lakhs without any collateral.
Now, let me ask a general question.
Yes, sir.
Please define what is mobile banking.
Sir, it is a service provided by the bank wherein the entire services that can the services of the bank can be accessed by the customers online through mobile application that is provided by the bank, wherein the customers can have access to their passbook online. They can have view the details. They can make payments offline and any transactions that they have to do or any payment applications or any loan applications that can be accessed online through mobile application.
Good. Now, um, what is internet banking? What are the cyber crimes committed on internet and mobile banking?
Sir, internet banking is very similar to mobile banking, wherein all the services of the bank are accessed through internet, and there has been a lot of increase in cyber frauds for the past 2 years, wherein people who have not yet made two-step verifications or double authentications, or people who accidentally click on external links are redirected to those cyber frauds who take up this opportunity to access their bank accounts and withdraw amount from them. Or there has been recent incidents of digital arrest where people are made to arrest themselves at their home, and the people pretend as the police officer and extort money from people.
Good. Can you tell us the role played by small finance banks and payment banks as on date?
Sir, I have to check through this, sir. I haven't prepared for this.
Have you prepared about the basics? What is the capital that is required for starting a payment bank? You don't know?
No, sir. I haven't studied this part. I have
Anybody
to
else
look.
knows? Anybody else knows what is the minimum capital required for starting a payment bank and small
100 crore, 100 crore or
100
200 crore.
correct 100 crore for payment banks and 200 crore for small finance banks. Now, in regard to payment banks and small finance bank, what is the difference? Can anyone
Uh,
tell me?
the
Yeah,
payment bank cannot accept the demand deposits, and the
huh?
small they can the payment bank cannot provide loans, sir, and the small finance bank can provide loans. This is a major difference.
The first sentence you made is a wrong one. What is the first
Yes, sir. Yes,
sentence?
sir. Yes, sir. Demand
No,
deposit, that is NBFC, sir. They can accept demand deposit.
yeah. It is given as question number 97 in our material. Payment banks receive deposits and remittances but cannot lend. Small finance bank will lend to unserved and underserved sections, including small business units, micro and small industries, and small and marginal farmers. Payment banks cannot give loans, cannot issue credit cards, but can issue ATM and debit cards. Regarding small finance bank, there are no restriction. Now comes the next important question. What are the differences between a bank and non-banking finance company? Who can answer me?
Sir,
Yeah, tell me.
non NBFC don't have license, sir. Without that, they can give loans and advances, sir. But banks have license, sir.
What is the degree you have studied? Agriculture?
No, sir, MSc Mathematics.
Mhm. It's not, you are not told clearly. Can you tell one or two more points?
Okay, sir. Sir, NBFC cannot accept demand deposits, and also they can give loans without a banking license.
Hmm.
Sir, NBFC are licensed under Companies Act, sir, 1956 and 2013.
That is what she is telling. They don't have license. They don't have license. See, actually, NBFCs are registered under Companies Act, whereas banks are registered under Banking Regulation Act 1949. Now, Companies Act, what is the act now? What are the act? What are the acts that are in use now? The latest act is 2000.
13.
Correct. 2013 is the latest. The earlier one is 1956. That doesn't, or that is not needed for you. Then NBFCs, they cannot provide day-to-day services like withdrawal, participation in clearinghouse, and payment systems and all. Whereas banks can provide, say, debit card, credit card, then they can participate in payments and settlement system. As told rightly by some candidate, NBFC cannot accept demand deposits. Normally, a majority of them, they don't take deposits. If they take deposits, they can take only fixed deposit. Normally, people go to NBFC because they offer higher rate of interest than what is being offered by banks. then banks can take both demand deposits and time deposits. And similarly, NBFC cannot issue checkbooks, they can issue check. In case of NBFC, most important thing in regard to guarantee is that NBFC deposits are not guaranteed by DICGC. Whereas in the case of banking company, scheduled banks, up to 5 lakhs per individual in a bank is guaranteed by Deposit Insurance Credit Guarantee Corporation, which is a subsidiary of Reserve Bank of India, having headquarters in Mumbai. The chairman's name is Mr. M. D. Patro, one of the deputy governors of Reserve Bank of India, and DICGC. For that, customers are not paying any premium, but banks are paying premium of 12 paise per rupees 100 per year, debiting their expenditure account. I hope you got the points. Any of you have got any doubts regarding this? Is a very good question. Difference between NBFC and commercial banks. Any doubts, please? Otherwise, we will move on to the next question. This question, as I told you, is given as question number 98 in the material given to you. Okay. Can anyone expand NABFID? Normally, they call it NBFID or NABFID. What is the expansion of this? NABFID is National Banking for
National
Financing Infrastructure and Development. Very big bank. They give you very good salary, more than 20 lakhs, 25 lakhs. Very good. Many candidates have gone for interview through me, but not even one person has been selected. It's a very good bank, but number of vacancies are very limited. So if you want to know more about it, you please go to Google and search NABFID and get to know. It is a principal development financial institution for infrastructure financing. Whatever they give, they will give you only in crores. In fact, this one, NABFID, and also this Exim Bank, you have to believe me, I could not learn how many crores deposit, how many crores capital they have. They have so high a figure. They have not given in thousands of crores or whatever it is. They are given in full figure, so many digits. So if you have an opportunity, please go through NABFID website. Now, next question. This next question is question number 100 here. What are tangible assets? For commerce students, for finance students, what are tangible assets? Anybody can answer? A tangible asset.
Sir,
Yeah, tell me.
Tangible assets are the physical assets that can be quantifiable and are for usually for long-term assets. For example, the machinery for or the goods used for production. These all come under the tangible assets.
Slightly error in that you are thinking that only fixed assets are tangible assets. It is not so. Even current assets are called as tangible assets. Current assets like balances with other banks, say raw material, finished goods, sundry debtors, bills receivable. These are also tangible assets because they can be seen, felt. Whereas intangible assets are those assets which cannot be seen, felt. Example, goodwill, trademarks and rights, patents. So these are known as, what is that? Intangible assets. The favorite question for commerce and MBA students in bank interviews are number one, what is depreciation? What are the two famous methods of depreciation? What is goodwill? What is trademark, patents and rights? What are contingent liabilities? How it is shown in the balance sheet? Who can answer me these questions? Excuse me, can you answer the questions I have asked? What is depreciation? Depreciation means reduction in the value of fixed assets like land, building, machinery, um, on account of usage, wear, and tear. The two famous methods are straight line method, where every year fixed percentage of the cost of the of the goods of the um, fixed asset will be reduced from its value. Then another method is reducing balance method. So much percentage of the balance available. For example, where we buy a commodity for 10 lakhs, applying 10% on reducing balance. In the first year, 1 lakh. Second year, it is 10% of 9 lakhs, that is 90,000, will be reduced. This is known as reducing balance method. The second question was, what are goodwill? What is goodwill? And trade goodwill is the value that is paid to a company that is bought by another company. I mean, more than the value of its assets. For example, if B company purchases A company for 500 lakhs and the value of assets are 400 lakhs, but it is paying 500 lakhs, the 100 lakhs is considered as the goodwill value. That is for the reputation and good name it has created. For examples, names like Hindustan Lever, Tata's, Nestle, or like that, say Airtel, Geo, they have created a good name, and that name itself commands a lot of respect. So that is goodwill. And these are intangible assets. They cannot be seen or felt. That's what it is. Good. Now, any questions based on what I told? Otherwise, next question is question number 101 in our material. What do you mean by direct benefit transfer? What is direct benefit transfer? It refers to
Sir,
practice. Yeah, tell me.
sir, it is the approach of the government where the benefits of the schemes or the programs is directly given to the beneficiary, wherein the previous practices of establishing offices to distribute it was leading to a lot of recidivism. So now the direct approach has been used, wherein the benefits of the schemes are directly given to the beneficiaries
Can you
through
tell the
DBT program.
examples? Can you tell the examples of DBT?
Sir, the JAM program of
Hmm.
the central bank.
Sir, NAC, NAC, sir, National Automatic Clearing House.
Correct. You should mention about National Automatic Clearing House. Through that, the bulk payments are being made, like Pradhan Mantri Kisan Samman Nidhi, gas subsidy, and whenever companies make payment of benefits to their employees also, they adopt direct benefit transfer. So by pressing one button, thousands and crores of accounts are credited. The famous one is Kisan Samman Nidhi, where 11.8 crore accounts are being given credit at the same second. 2,000 rupees for all 11.8 crore accounts. That is every year under Kisan Samman Nidhi, the farmers, say the small and marginal farmers, are given 2,000 for every 4 months in order to encourage them and to take care of the problems. Yeah. Anybody has come for mock interview now? Nobody has come? Good. Now, please tell me the names of small saving schemes in India. Small saving schemes in India. Question number 102. The famous ones are Public Provident Fund, Sukanya Samriddhi Yojana, Senior Citizen Savings Scheme, National Savings Certificate, Kisan Vikas Patra. Out of these things, the deposit Sukanya Samriddhi Yojana is very famous. I request or suggest you please go through Google and search to know what are its terms and conditions, who can open, what are the salient features of it. Similarly, senior citizen scheme, I can tell you the interest rate. This Sukanya Samriddhi Yojana 8.2%. Similarly, senior citizen also, it is 8.2% now. Under public provident fund, the interest rate is 7.1%. The peculiarity of public provident fund is that any individual can have one public provident account in his name. It can be opened in post offices or in banks. And, for opening this, it is open for a period of 15 years. There are certain conditions, like every year you have to remit 500 rupees minimum into this account. And you can remit a maximum of 1,50,000 only into this account. It is because in this account is operated for 15 years with a lot of restrictions, like you cannot withdraw money for first 5 years. And after 5 years, you can withdraw 50% of the monies. Like that, it goes. This public provident fund can be extended for periods of 5 years. Every 5 years, after 15 years, you can extend for 20, from 2025, from 25, 30, and all that. The specific advantage of this scheme is that the interest of 7.1% paid in this account is fully exempted from income tax. Fully exempted from income tax. Whereas in the case of other bank deposits, you are aware, in the case of term deposits, if a person gets, it has been revised in the last budget. The senior citizen means earlier it was 50,000 rupees per financial year. Now it has been revised to 1 lakh rupees. If a senior citizen gets from bank deposits more than 1 lakh rupees as interest, the bank will deduct 10% of the tax paid at source. This is known as TDS, tax deducted at source. Whereas in the case of our public provident fund, no tax at all. So that is the specific advantage of public provident fund. So similarly, you can just go through other things I'm not able to explain. Please go through them. They may not also ask. These three are famous questions which bank interviewers normally ask. Now coming to another question. Simple question. What is a check? Who are the parties involved in a check? Yes, please.
Sir, drawer, drawee, and payee, sir. Three of them are involved in this check, sir. Check is a negotiable instrument used to withdraw money, sir.
Used not
Sir,
to withdraw.
and also I have one doubt, sir. For a EPF account, we have tax, sir.
Employees Provident Fund account. Provident Fund accounts. Good question. In the case of public provident fund, no interest is taxable. Now let me search. EPF accounts, are they taxable or not? Google.co.in. India EPF interest, are they taxable? After the interest on an employee's contribution to an EPF account above rupees 2.5 lakh during a financial year is taxable in the hands of employee. This interest is also subject to tax deducted at source EPF is a retirement scheme regulated by EPFO. That is above 2.5 lakhs it is taxable. Okay. Okay. Could you understand this? In the case of
Yes,
APF,
sir. Yes, sir.
at present, an employee contributes 12% of the basic wages plus dearness allowance plus retaining allowance in EPF. The employer also pays 12% of payout, of which 8.33% of pay is diverted to pension fund and the rest is diverted to EPF. This is some extra questions on EPF. But for your question, answer about 2.5 lakh is taxable. But that must be very little. Not many people will get per year 2.5 lakhs because they pay an interest of 8 point. What is the interest rate now? EPF interest rate. Sometimes they ask this question. I am having doubt regarding percentage point. EPF interest rate 8 point. How much? At present, it is 8.25%. So, for getting 2.5 lakhs, you must have roughly 20 to 30 lakhs in your account. Then only you will get that. So, otherwise,
Sir, it is like
majority of
when people, sir, when people retire at the age of 60 like that, they will withdraw the entire amount at once. That time it is a false, sir.
maybe it is taxable. Yeah,
Yes, sir.
good. Very good. That's good. Now, what was the question? We were discussing about check. Check. See, the familiar way by which it can be told is that a check is an instrument drawn on a specified bank. But you don't have to tell exactly in the definition form. You can say a customer of a bank will draw a check on his bank for taking cash or making payment to others. A check can be, what are the conditions, what are the terms in the check? It is drawn on a specified branch of the bank. The check is dated. It is paid to a particular person or bearer. It is paid, it is directed to pay a certain sum of money. You can't draw a check 20,000 or more. You can't do that way. About 20,000, you cannot draw. You have to say 20,000 only. Then the check must be signed. If it is issued as bearer, it is always bearer. It can be paid by to any person by the bank. If the check is crossed, two parallel transverse lines put on the face of the check, it is known as crossed. When a check is crossed, then the payment cannot be made over the counter. The payment has to be made only to a banker. Nowadays, of course, not much questions are asked because payment through checks, it has come down largely because everybody is making payment through online or using Google Pay, Phone Pay, Paytm, WhatsApp, so many things. So many payment channels have come, so it is not there. So there may not be much questions, but commerce students may get a question on this. What is an anti-dated check? Yes, please. What is an anti-dated check?
Sir, if we give the check after 3 months, it is known as antedated check, sir.
Wrong. That is a stale check. What you told is Pritiga is a stale check.
Okay. Okay.
Anti-dated check is today's date is 2nd February. If I give a check dated 1st February or prior to this, it is known as anti-dated. If I give a check dated 3242 and all that, it is known as post-dated. A check is valid for a day for a period of 90 days from the date mentioned on it. Could you understand, Pritiga?
Okay, sir.
Pritiga, what is the degree you studied?
MSc Max, sir.
Oh, good. So can you tell us some mathematics point problem? You are appointed as a teacher. You must teach us some mathematics concept. Which concept will you teach?
Sir, I will teach about Pythagoras theorem, sir.
Please tell.
Sir, Pythagoras theorem deals with the right angle triangle, sir.
Hmm.
Where the length of the hypotenuse. Sir,
Hmm.
hello.
Tell me.
The length of the length of the square of the hypotenuse is equal to the sum of the two sides. Sum of the square of the two sides. If we calculate the two sides of if we calculate the two sides of the
Pritika,
squares of the
Pritika,
triangle,
you are
we
Pritika,
will
you
get
are
another side, sir.
Pritika, your internet is shaking, voice is breaking, and also your answer is not correct. You are a mathematics postgraduate student. How can you tell me like this? Why should you tell about length and all that? Simply tell the square on the hypotenuse is what is that formula? You should tell properly like that. Pythagoras
Okay, sir.
theorem. I think your answer. Are you satisfied with your answer, Pritika?
No, sir.
It's not correct. Let me tell you. Even I am not remembering correctly. Pythagoras theorem. Let me tell you. In a right-angled triangle, you should start like this. In a right-angled triangle, the square on the hypotenuse side is equal to the sum of the squares on the other two sides. What, Pritika?
Yes, sir.
How nicely it has been worded.
Okay, sir.
Got it?
Yes, sir.
No, I know you were never expecting this question just like that I asked. Doesn't matter. Now, I will put a question to you.
Yes, sir.
What is the formula for compound interest?
For compound interest, P 1 plus R by 100, the whole. That's all, sir. Whole power n.
You should not tell like that. Amount is equal to P into 1 plus R by 100 to the power of n. If you want to
Okay, sir.
tell what is compound interest, you should tell P into 1 plus R by 100 to the power of n minus P. Yes or no?
Okay. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
No, I'm not telling you are not answering properly. You are a very good candidate, but you should try to answer suitably. But they may ask sometimes such silly questions. In fact, they
Yes,
ask
sir.
mostly in commerce, in mathematics. What is real mathematics? What is calculus? What is algebra? What is trigonometry? These things have no, I mean, definition wise, you must be able to tell about that. Did you go through the questions given by me? Are there any max questions in that?
No, sir.
No, there are.
No, sir.
There are max questions. It must be there inside those pages. It may be there in Karnataka Bank PO questions or Karnataka Bank CSCA questions. That is Customer Service Associate. It will be there. No problem. Doesn't matter. Now, any questions? Anybody has got a question? Any doubts? Anybody has come for mock interview? All of you have come for only observing. No problem. Any question, please? Otherwise, we will go on to the next question. What is a mobile ATM? It's a very simple question. What is a mobile ATM? But not very much in use. That is why majority of us may not be able to answer also. Aditya, can you answer me? What is mobile ATM?
Sir, no,
No.
sir.
Am I showing it to you on the screen now?
No, sir.
No,
I'm not
sir.
able to.
Not seeing it.
Sir, mobile ATM is
So
basically
the mobile
the
ATM is
movable ATM
Yeah. And you should use the word on wheels.
on mobile ATM on wheels.
Yeah. It will go from one place to another. Good. Very good. You told nicely. Now, can you tell me what is a bond?
Term
Bonds.
deposits, sir.
Pardon.
Bond means term deposits are called bonds, sir.
No. Term deposits are called term deposits. Bonds are issued by governments and corporations when they want to raise money from the market. They will pay a fixed rate of interest. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Next is, what is a debenture? A debenture is a contract between the investor and also the company, where a charge over the company's assets is granted to the lenders by providing them. Acha, acha. I don't know how far it is correct, but what I know of debenture is a type of loan raised by the company from the public, agreeing to pay a certain rate of interest. So the company, the company has to pay this interest before declaring its dividend. There are two ways by which companies can raise fund. One is share capital, the other is through debentures. What this question is a favorite question of one of the private sector banks. That is, what is fiat money? IDBI Bank, they ask very often. Fiat currency, often known as fiat money, is a form of money that is issued by the government, but is not backed by assets like gold. Our currency is a fiat money. Our government has issued crores and crores of currency notes. They are not supported by gold, which government is holding. Could you understand? Yeah, very good. Now, next one.
Sir,
Yeah,
difference between bonds and debenture. What is the difference?
yeah, we can discuss. These things will be available under differences.com. Anyhow, let me search in google.co.in. Difference between bonds and debentures. Bonds and debentures are both debt instruments that governments and companies use to raise money. The main difference between them is that debentures are unsecured, while bonds can be secured by collateral. This is what they say. But I hold a different view. There can be secured debentures also. Yeah, doesn't matter. The differences. What is the difference between debenture and bonds? This is what they are killing. I think differences between bonds and debentures here. When companies require additional funding, they often borrow funds through loans. Somebody is, yeah. They opt through loans to finance their needs. Bonds and debentures are the most common types of borrowing options used. Both are debt instrument issued by government and companies where the investor is promised a fixed return to the borrower to the borrowed sum and interest payment on principal amount. Despite this overarching similarity, differences between bonds and debentures are many. As an investor, it is crucial to understand bond and debenture differences to make informed decisions. What is a bond? A bond is a common debt instrument issued by large corporations or governments. Same point. Again and again, they are repeating. Bonds act as promissory note between bond holder and the issuer. The investor lends to the issuer sum of money in return for a promise of repayment on or before a certain maturity date. Investors, I am giving this link in our group, bank interview group. Now, this only is very operative. I am giving in that. Yeah. Now, next one, bonds. There are different types of bonds: fixed rate bond, floating rate bond, etc. What are debentures? A debenture is a type of unsecured debt instrument issued by private companies to raise capital. Not that even this wording is not correct. They are not raising capital to raise money. So this is what is given here. Please go through this. They have given differences also here. So best wishes. Thank you so much. It's time for my breakfast. I will go for my breakfast and come after some time online if somebody comes for mock interviews. Nowadays, people are not coming regularly at the appointed times or even before that. Only good candidates like our Ashok, Srinivas, Aditya, Sonu, Pritika, they are coming. Very few people are coming. So, best wishes. Don't depend on my classes only. Please read the materials given to you and the contents available in the website of the bank for which you are appearing for the interview. Best wishes. Thank
Sir,
you so much. Yes, please.
only one question, sir. Which one is better, sir? Is it futures and options or intraday?
I don't know. I can't answer this because I don't believe in all those things. As an old man, I
Yes.
always invest in fixed deposits and sleep over it. So you please search in Google and find out. Okay,
Okay. Yes. Thank you, sir.
good. So this is what is interview. You must know what you know. You must also know what you don't know. You asked a question. I did not try to patch it up. The previous question you asked bonds and debenture, I was at least partly knowing it, so I could search and then tell you. Whereas this type of questions I am totally unaware of, so I should tell I don't know. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Bye.
Thank